Stockton, California.
A couple weeks removed from your fight at the Safeborn Center, December 2nd, we had over 14,000 fans there to see you fight Smoking Joe Louis Lopez. How are you feeling since then, since your fight?
I feel good, man. Just enjoying the change.
So you went into that fight, you were 4-0. Joe was 8-1, coming off a knockout. But you guys had a huge build-up. Supposed to fight a few times, a couple changes, got delayed. A lot of issues with money and contracts. Were you frustrated into the build-up of the fight?
I was frustrated in the complications that took place. The build-up, yeah, I was getting kind of tired of all the interviews and just the whole build-up, and I just couldn't wait for it to happen.
Was it hard for you to transition from being in camp, especially with being with one of the pound-for-pound kings, Andre Ward, for you to leave that atmosphere and come to Fresno and do interviews and stuff with a guy you maybe at the time didn't particularly like? Was that hard to get out of that mind frame of training?
Well, it was hard just having to drive down here and stay out here and like spend money out here and things like that. But I mean, the interviews, I mean, it was cool at first. It was like whatever. At first, I was kind of like, didn't know how to feel about it because, I mean, there was a lot of personal, like we were just like out the back and forth, But then it just kind of normalized, and I mean, I'm going to be in the game for a long time, so I better get used to it. So
was it awkward with Andre Ward and them? Because from my understanding, you both at different times and maybe at the same times gave work to Ward in the gym, getting them ready for certain fights. Was that awkward?
Nah, not at all. I mean, the way I look at it is, I'm the last one to have left that camp. There was no awkwardness, and it's not like it really made a difference to me either. Like on the last fight, before that, he was in camp with Ward, and I was not in camp, and I was just gonna doing the sparring I already had. I had good sparring still, and I wasn't gonna let that affect me because he was sparring Ward. That it was just somehow gonna make a difference, because I mean, to me, it's not. But this time around, then I ended up leaving there. But just the way things played out. But no, it didn't make a difference to me.
This time last year, you were in a moment of transition. I guess you were training out in Vegas with legendary Fernando Vargas, who you still have great feelings for. I'm sure it was a hard decision, but the decision was based on trying to get closer to your daughter and to further your career closer to her. Was that a hard decision to make because it was a gamble?
Well, I mean, that definitely was a hard decision. I mean, that was actually one of the best camps I've ever had, and I knew, I was with the legend, and I had a transition from, not signing that Golden Boy deal and leaving there, and knowing that, for a lot of people, that could have been the most stupid decision ever, like, you're what are you gonna? That's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I do agree, and I'm humbled enough to say that I was a part of that camp, and it felt amazing. You never know, I might still one day end up back there, because the reason I came back here is because to restore a relationship with my daughter and do the things I gotta do to get into her life, and at the same time, because I knew I still had the option to fight around here in my fight market. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. But I'm blessed to have another opportunity, and I'm about to get I have a contract. I just signed with Top Rank, so the biggest boxing promoter in the world. So, in a way, it also feels good because, I know I earned this myself. Not to say that I didn't deserve that other contract either, but I know a big part of it was, because Fernando's a big name, and he standing behind me, and they offered me a contract at and I don't know, it feels, in a way, it feels really good to know that I earned this myself, and with nobody behind it, but yeah, I mean, it was one of the hardest decisions I made, because I did it because at the same time, at the end of the day, it was for my daughter, but at the end of the day, I believed in myself that much that I knew that I could, that it could have been a bad decision, but I knew that I would be able to make it and I'd be okay. I mean, I still got a long road to go, but I knew that I have what it takes to pick up a contract again if it had to, and it worked in my favor because I have a belt and I'm fighting in the hottest market out in boxing right now, 15,000 people. I was just televised. And, I still got a good relationship with them. They're still all friends with me. Still got much love for them. Shout out to them. You never know what the future holds, though.
Right. In this fight market, with based on the Olympian Jose Ramirez, him kicking off the fight for Waters, starting from 1, now that we're at 6, you kind of walked away with the spoils of that. All eyes were on you guys. You guys had the fight of the night. And word around town is everywhere you go, it isn't 1 or 2 or even 3 people that recognize you. It seems like everybody either has seen the fight live or on the replay or online, and they all congratulate you on your warrior spirit. How does that feel? Because this time last year, none of that was. Yeah, I'm sure you had it planned, but nobody else foreseen that. You coming back now, you got a belt, you have the top rank contract that you signed. Why don't you tell us a little bit on when you actually signed it? What was that like, and what were you thinking? And give us a scenario of that.
Well, illustrating your other question real quick, of how everywhere I go that people are seeing me and they're saying what's up, they're taking pictures of me, and I'm like, it's pretty tight, being recognized. Usually that happens after the fights, but this is like after the fights, just when I'm showing up at restaurants or going into random places. But going back into Vargas, I remember when I went with Vargas out to that camp, everywhere we went, that's what it was like for him. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, like everywhere we go, everybody loves this guy. Like everyone supports him. Like we're in a store, everyone's taking pictures. Everyone's always saying what's up to him, and it's tight that I'm getting a little bit of that of my own out here, and it was feels good, and I earned it. It was put on a great fight, and people respect it, and the people are speaking for it.
And now you signed in the contract. A lot of people don't know that just happened hours ago, right? Could you give us that scenario, what the whole scene looked like and what that felt like as a father, fighter, and somebody that comes from absolutely nothing, that you earned everything that you have in front of you right now? How did that feel, and what was that scene like?
Oh man, that was pretty amazing, man. I signed with my daughter on my lap, and we signed it together. We were both holding the pen together. I had my hand around hers, and we both were holding it, and we both signed that contract together. And it meant a lot to me because I've been focusing my whole career to fight for her and just to better everything going on, and just the opportunities, and just life itself, to teach her to fight and never give up, and to always go for what she believes in, and just like I'm going after everything that I believe in and everything that I love. And on top of that, coming from nothing, my family are from Mexico, being raised with nothing, just the way I grew up, being denied for everything. I didn't come with the best background, like, oh, you're going to be successful, or you're somebody we're going to look up to that's going to be doing something in life. I was more like the person who's not going to do nothing, who's like, oh, you're going to be another statistic or whatever it is you say. So it feels great, being able to prove statistics wrong, and just be doing great things and motivating people, doing positive things, a part of something bigger than myself. And I'm just on another path, and everything going on has just matching the visions that I've been having for years because of hard work.
Was it hard to contain your emotions during that time, or were you even thinking of it, or were you just like, let me hurry up and sign this and get it official, or were you thinking about all that stuff at the same time with your daughter on your lap while she's signing that contract with you?
I wasn't. I mean, I was more sure about the contract, obviously, because there's bigger reasons. But at the same time, I was a little curious. Like, I wonder what other contracts I would be able to get, you know. But I had my own personal reassurance. But what it was more about when I was signing the contract with my daughter was more of talking her through it, you know, explaining to her what this contract is. You know, who is this contract by? How it's the biggest boxing promoter in the world. How she may not understand right now, but later she will. How this represents dreams and me believing in something that no one thought was possible, you know, and how I'm doing this for her, you know, and just I even asked her, like, baby, what are we doing right now? We're signing a boxing contract, you know, with the world's largest promoter in the world.